Hello everybody and welcome back. So you should be watching this video, well you shouldn't be watching, you watch it whenever you like, but this is coming out on Wednesday morning, and is it all part of this 4 beer review in line with my Instagram page sort of thing that's going on. What you need to do is, if you want to know what's going on, if you're here for the beer review, watch the beer review, put up with the little things that I'm going to say in this beer review and wonder what's going on, or head over to the Spencer _ Arms Instagram page and look at my post, and you'll see what's going on, and you too can join in with it and end up, if you want, if you are in, it's only for UK mainland, this. So the beers I'm reviewing are basically all to do with this week's basically giveaway. So anyway, enough said. If you're watching it because you follow me on the Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. So yesterday's video was a New Zealand IPA, basically. It doesn't say it's a New Zealand IPA, but it's got all them New Zealand hops in there. So if you've not seen that, you can go and have a look at this. So I thought I might as well do this one. So this is from basically Marble Beers in collaboration with Galway Bay Brewery. Friends from familiar places, New Zealand, and this does say New Zealand IPA. Look at the can. It's fantastic. Coming in at 5.8% ABV. So I'm doing this on the same night. So I've just had that 6.5% one that you've seen yesterday or whenever you were watching this. So I thought I might as well go straight in for this one because it's another New Zealand one. It's got the Nelson Sauvin hop in it. It says on the back, brewed with, well, I'll tell you what, let's pour it into a glass first. Now, I've got back to my tasting glasses, my glasses that I like. Now, I ain't sure. I think these may have been just through the dishwasher. So I might have some nucleation points on it. Now, the dishwasher is very clean. I'll make sure. Look at how, let me just show you that. Look at how fine them carbonation bubbles are. That's the first thing that struck me. I thought to myself, this wasn't really developing much of a head. And then I just watched them. Look at how slowly. Look at that. Just feast your eyes on that. Now, I've been told and I've heard and I sort of know throughout the YouTube community, there's actually some sediment and bits and bobs going on in that the finer the bubbles, wow, there is some floaters in that. It's well in date. You've got like, this is the 23rd of the 7th, 25. So well in date. So this is just beautifully, probably unfiltered and unfined and anything. We're getting all that goodness in that glass. But that literally, that carbonation, that fine carbonation, I am told, and I'm aware, I'm looking, make sure my mic's on, is a sign of a fantastic beer. Look at that. That is absolutely, for me, being the sort of like the beer lover I am, that for me is absolutely fabulous to see that beautiful, beautiful carbonation bubbles rising up to form what looks like an absolutely, that head of that beer, if I could really try and show you that is like whipped cream, that is. Looking at that head on that beer, to start off with, I didn't think that was giving me anything. I thought I'm really going to have to pour this really hard for that to give me anything. And now it's given me that. It is quite a hazy beer, but it looks like it's got a lot of stuff in there. I don't know whether, you can probably see it just on the camera there. There's a lot of reflection. But can you see all the bits in there? And the beer seems to be so static that all the bits are just, they're not even moving about in the glass. They're just sort of like hung in suspension in what I really, truly, it's really almost like it's frozen in time. From what I can see it's all held in suspension. This is going to be a great beer. I know it. So we got Nelson Sauvin hop in here. So I've ploughed through the New Zealand hops tonight. So you've got that gooseberry, grape, and passion fruit within the Nelson Sauvin. The passion fruit side of Nelson Sauvin, it must be very subtle. Whereas like Galaxy, definitely. Where's the Galaxy? I always have to check that. Yeah, Galaxy. So the first thing on Galaxy is passion fruit. The last thing on Nelson is passion fruit. So Galaxy is very passion fruit forward if it's used in that way. Whereas Nelson Sauvin is passion fruit as the last description, but it's very gooseberry and grapey and winey, isn't it? And the passion fruit is the last on the description level. I don't never really get that from the Nelson Sauvin, so I don't even really consider it. I just get all that fresh, winey, gooseberry, grapey, winey, grapey taste. Then the other hops we've got in here are, so you've got this really interesting hop as well called Pacific Sunrise. I've never heard of that, whereas on the New Zealand one here, there is a Pacific Gem. But I've just done a little search for this, right? This hop sounds amazingly interesting before I get into this beer. So it says lemon and orange citrus drive this hop forward variety with tropical hints of melon and mango, riding shotgun, stone fruit and jammy sweetness, supporting the initial frontline aromatic alongside pleasant floral notes that help round out the overall profile. Subtle yet noticeable hints of pine and berry, the aroma of hay, herbs, and it says a real fly under the radar hop variety. First grower to plant it in commercial scale, released by New Zealand Hort Research in 2000. This sounds like a big hop. This sounds like there's a lot of flavour. It's also very expensive when you actually look how it is. So you have to appreciate these breweries doing these beers because they're bloody expensive. Right, here we go. Head stayed there. On the nose, the head. Now, tell you what. It's very difficult to get the aromas when the head's that thick. Because believe it or not, and if you read and you research about beer, and especially Jane Payton's book, she's an expert on beer and all things alcohol at the School of Booze. When the head is really compact, it's hard to actually get the aromas to come through. That is a fact. So we've got to get into this beer, and we've got to swirl it around his mouth, and we've got to get his nose working with his mouth to get it. So cheers, everybody. I get the feeling this is going to be amazing. Cheers. That is bloody good. Now I've just read that. That is good. Oh my God, that is good. So that's got a darkness about it as well. Oh, it's just turning on it. It's really weird because the verdant saturate the hops. You get it sort of like a dankiness from them. This is giving a dankiness, but there's something maybe in that Pacific Sunrise hop that's giving some real dark. Oh, there's definitely the orange again, that orange pith again. I get loads, and it probably is from the New Zealand hops. I get loads and loads and loads of orange pith from certain beers, and I'm sure it's all to do with these New Zealand hops, regardless of whether it says you get it or not. That's what I get, a nice sucking on the orange skin. You know when you get this, you grate the zest off, and if you go too far into that, like that white, you get like a bit of the bitterness from the skin and everything else. Excuse me. I'm getting a lot of that. This is very interesting there because it's like there's a bit more of a darkness about it. Could be the malts. There's definitely that freshness as well from the Nelson Sauvin hop, but it's not quite as in my face because there's like a very resinous, moorish taste going on in there. Can't quite put my finger on it. It's a bit of a grapefruit taste, but it's not very bitter. There is a real moorishness about this. So I'm just going to read, there's a lot of information on the can here. So it says, brewed with our friends at Galway Bay Brewery, this New Zealand IPA brings together the best of both breweries using a trio of premium New Zealand hops. Nelson Sauvin, Motueka. I haven't looked at Motueka hop, what that gives. Right, so yeah, tropical lime and lemon. Yeah, you're getting all them orange, lemon and limey in the New Zealand hops as well, I think. And Pacific Sunrise, which I'm really, it's not on here. Really interested in that hop. Never heard of that hop before. But that sounds like it's giving a hell of a lot. And I think that is probably this darkness of this, all these different flavours I'm getting from this is probably coming from that Pacific Sunrise, because it's unrecognisable flavours. I don't mean it like unrecognisable. What I mean is it's more different to the other New Zealand hops that I'm used to having. Each hop brings its own unique character. Its bold hop profile, balanced bitterness, which it is, refreshing finish makes it the perfect companion for any occasion. Storing upright and cool. Pour slowly to leave the sediment in the can. Appreciate that. But I want the sediment. Now, the other thing I've got to do, which I hate doing, and I'll be honest with you, I'm going to just get a bit more of this sediment out this can before I do what I've got to do. Now, if you're watching these last 4 videos, you will know what I've got to do now. So I'm just going to do it. If you've not watched it, watch the other 2 videos. So you've got to watch Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursday. It always has a bit of a theme running through it. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, then check out the Spencer Arms Instagram page. You'll find out. So I've got to do this. Oh, do you know what? I'm not doing too much of this. This is too good. And I'm not saying Verdants weren't, but... So, absolutely destroys me to do that. But I will be drinking that eventually. And that will be on an Instagram live post on Sunday, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. Again, check out my Instagram for that. So... yes, getting back to this beer. It is just absolutely... what's that just given me? I'm starting to taste beer like a bloody wino. You know, people who taste wine, I'm not spitting it out, but I've got to admit, since I've read Jane's books, I really highly recommend Jane Payton's books. I've learned so much about tasting beer, and it really does help. You swallow it around your mouth, get your nose breathing. I'm not saying it gives you every flavour, because if the flavours are blending, you can't pick it out. I really do truly believe that to drink a beer and go mango, pineapple, and pick out every flavour is virtually impossible. But some people do recognise mango big. Some people recognise like pineapple big. For me, I recognise more the orange, the lemon. I'm getting so much from all these New Zealand hops now that are blended into these beers. I do get a lot of orange zest. It's quite a dark, it's quite a dark marmalade-y type, orange marmalade looking beer, and that's probably a good description of what I'm getting. That resonance, if you imagine, the orange marmalade you get with the bits in it. So you get like little bits of, I'm not sure what them bits are. Are they little bits of the skin? Yes, for me now, yeah, I'm getting that darkness that I talked about is almost like an orange marmalade type flavour. And now that has just clicked and I've realised it. Yes, a lovely bitterness as well. So you're getting sort of like, for me personally, and everything is subjective, you're getting that orange marmalade type of taste, little bit of bitterness, but this time I'm not really getting much grapefruit. I'm getting lemon, Yeah, it's very sort of like marmalade-y forward this is, and it does look it as well in the glass. There may even be a tiny little bit of passion fruit there. Tiny, tiny, tiny. So yeah, I think this Pacific Sunrise hop is bringing a lot to this beer, and the other hops are just sort of like adding to it, freshening the Nelson Sauvin's really giving it that freshness, and the what's the other one? The Motueka is whacking in a little bit of that lemon and lime and a bit of tropical sort of like fruit flavors in there. Probably a tiny bit of pineapple, but for me it's quite a resinous sort of like orange marmalade taste. Number 7. You're probably looking at me saying, Speno, what are you on? Right, anyway, so Crazy Speno. Lovely orange marmalade. I think there's some maltiness coming through there. Do you know what? Because I've just crashed that down my neck, and that is just really, oh, that's lovely. For a second there, that's lovely. Hold on. Oh, that's lovely. There's some caramel notes in that. Oh, that really has. Oh, that's really sealed the deal with this beer. Whoa. I love that. So this has surprised me. This is a different beer. This is one I've not seen before. This is actually a new brewery. I followed them both the other day because I don't think I'd actually heard of them. We picked it up in me and Janie went over to get the beers relative to all this stuff that's going on. And we liked the can. We liked all the people on there, and she said it reminds her of me, blah, 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 blah. She said that's like a load of Spenos there, just like waffling on, blah, 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 blah. And literally, yeah, it was the can that initially like grabbed us, because Jenny says, let's just get something that, if we're doing this, let's get something that people have probably not heard of, like us, and get it. But I weren't just going to pick up any old beer. I thought 5.6%, that's fine. New Zealand IPA, brilliant. And it has some decent hops in it, so it's going to be a winner. But I reckon this is more than a winner. This is like one of those beers that surprised me. It's got that Pacific Sunrise hop in, which is an introduction to a new hop for me. Look at how it's left itself on the glass as well. This is a quality beer. I knew right from pouring this beer that this was a quality beer. And for that reason, this gets a hashtag Speno Waffle 10 out of 10. Because it's something different for me. It's a brand new hop. There's a big New Zealand hop profile in here. And also, I've got some malt taste, which is quite unique, I think, for a big hop profile beer. Absolutely excellent. And I'm going to look forward to how that tastes with the other two beers in the drip tray on Sunday. Right. Take care, everybody. Live, love, laugh. And if you've been putting up with me, I thank you so much. It's all about fun. I do this YouTube channel to share these beers with you, to bring beer, love, cheer, fun, laughter, to waffle on. So if you've got this far, thank you very much. Okay, so take care, everybody. And I'll see you on the next one. I might even do it now because I'm really busy all week. And I can get them done out the way. Cheers, everybody. Much love.